I'm going to tell you a little story about what happens when you don't run updates and you don't have a current backup. I'm Lee Drozak, digital strategist and WordPress designer, and today we are talking about the ultimate nightmare scenario. So about a year ago, I did a WordPress design for a client who are, like many people, DIYers and wanted to do the site themselves. It wasn't a very cumbersome site, but it had some functionality that was really client-based, and that's where the clients got their information. So when their site went down, they really panicked because they had no way for their clients to get the information and for them to get notified that the client needed the information. Upon contacting me, I asked the two questions that I always ask. Do you have a current backup? And is it somewhere accessible? And when was the last time you ran the updates on this site? So did they have a current backup? No. And even if they did, I doubt that it was even off of the server. And that's where the mistake number one was. Always have a current backup copy of your site, both the database and the full site. And you want to make sure that you pull that off of the server and store it somewhere safe, like Dropbox or Amazon S3 or even Google Drive, somewhere in the cloud that is not on the server. The second thing was, I was like, when was the last time you ran updates? They had no idea. They couldn't even remember it had been that long ago. The reason that I tell my clients to run updates and that I have a maintenance program for those who won't consistently do it is because the hackers look for the vulnerabilities in those plugins. The updates come through because usually they are either fixing some kind of small bug or a big bug, or they're finding security vulnerabilities and they're patching those up. So what the hackers do is they scour your site to see what kind of plugins and themes you have and what the version of that is. Because by having the version, they can tell if you're updating to these security patches that the developers are providing for you, which is why the updates are critical. So what happened was they must have had an old version of a plugin. I don't think it was the theme because I know the theme that I used, but the hackers got in there and they wiped their site completely out. Like every file was gone. Now the good thing, even though they didn't have a backup, they were not able to get into the database. So we were actually able to recreate everything using the original database. But it took a little bit of time because I had to get all of the themes and the plugins uploaded and do a little bit of tweaking and reconfiguration. So just by keeping the plugins and the theme and the WordPress framework updated, that would have solved problem one. And then by having a full backup that we could have restored with ease, that would have solved problem two, which the problem was the clients couldn't get on the website, and without them being able to get on the website, they couldn't make money. So there you have it, why you should always have a backup and why you should always run updates. And if you can't do it yourself, there are a lot of options out there to have it done for you, and most of them are so affordable that there is no excuse not to let someone do it for you. So there you have today's tip on backing up and updating your website. Keep watching as I give you more tips about keeping your digital space safe and secure.